He never posted this video, but somehow it showed up on his private channel at 3:11 a.m. Detective Marcus Reyes hadn't touched his camera in 6 hours, and yet the recording light was on and a file was created. When investigators finally opened that file, they found 42 minutes of footage that nobody had actually filmed.
Welcome back. Okay, let's dive into this. Today, we're breaking down the source files of a truly chilling supernatural mystery, the impossible disappearance of Detective Marcus Reyes. The records we're looking at today chronicle a digital event that completely defies logic, and an investigation that spirals into something deeply predatory. If you appreciate a well-constructed mystery that uses strict rules to build terror, you're going to find this incredibly fascinating, and honestly, maybe a little paranoid by the end of it.
Section 1. The Impossible Upload, a Locked Room Mystery.
So, Officer Dana Cole was the first person to spot this anomaly on Reyes' private channel. Now, keep in mind, he used the space exclusively to log digital evidence for himself. It was never public, never shared. Yet, here was a brand new upload, time-stamped in the dead of night. And the facts surrounding this upload, they're clinically impossible. His phone showed zero activity since 9 p.m., his apartment door was locked securely from the inside, his car hadn't moved an inch from the driveway, and repeated urgent calls from Officer Cole went completely unanswered. This clinical, undeniable evidence proves Reyes was utterly, completely isolated in his apartment when this mysterious broadcast went live.
Left with literally no other options, Cole opened the file. The total length of the footage was exactly 42 minutes. But for the first 39 minutes, the footage just captures Reyes sitting at his desk completely still. I mean, he's not moving, he's not blinking. It is just 39 minutes of dead, uncomfortable silence and absolute stillness. Section 2. Minute 40. The Turn.
Right after that exhausting 39-minute stretch of nothingness, we hit minute 40. This is when Reyes' head finally turns, but it turns slowly, unnaturally slow. It looks way less like a conscious movement and more like his head is being physically pulled by some unseen force. He looks directly into the camera lens and his lips start to move. At first, there's absolutely no sound from the microphone, just this rising, heavy static. Then, barely audible beneath that layer of digital distortion, Reyes delivers his final recorded words. He says, "It knows now." What happens next defies all technical explanation. At minute 41, every single light in his apartment extinguishes. At minute 42, the recording stops completely on its own. There's no shutdown log on his computer, there's zero record of a power outage on the city's grid. The file just ends. And in that final, dark frame, Reyes wasn't looking at the camera anymore. He was staring at something standing directly behind it. 2 days later, he was officially reported missing.
Section 3. The 1994 broadcast origin, buried files.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because Call didn't just stop at the video. She pulled every single case file Reyes had been working on before he vanished. And buried deep in his notes, she found the backstory of an engineer named Walter Higgins, who supposedly died in a tragic fire back in 1994. But Reyes had uncovered the truth. You see, Higgins didn't die in a simple accident. He had been running unauthorized tests on a very specific kind of broadcast signal, a frequency designed to transmit entirely outside the register of the human eye. The fire broke out during his final test, killing him in the room. But that signal was never shut off. It's been persisting, quietly running inside local broadcast towers for 30 years, just waiting for a camera to pick it back up. And recently, a live stream did exactly that. It picked the signal back up. So the crucial point here is understanding the predatory mechanics of this broadcast entity because it operates on a strict, ruthless set of rules. Step 1, you see the broadcast. Step 2, you say the entity's name out loud. And Step 3, it follows you home. It acts as an invisible tracker, hunting anyone who verbally identifies it. I mean, think about how terrifying that is. Just saying a name out loud literally seals your fate.
Section 4. The 5-day curse, a deadly pattern. Once Cole understood what the signal actually was, she started digging into older archives, and the scope of this phenomenon became terrifyingly clear. She found a pattern buried in missing persons files stretching back decades. They were all linked by one singular detail. Each victim had, at some point, publicly identified what they'd seen on camera. And the hidden rule of the curse all comes down to this exact number, 5. Every single one of them disappeared exactly within 5 days of speaking the entity's name.
Now, what's really interesting about this is when we apply this deadly pattern to our two investigators. Detective Reyes identified Walter Higgins's face on day 3 of his investigation, right? And he vanished without a trace on day 5. Then, Officer Cole checks the clock, and it hits her. It has been exactly 4 days since she said the name Walter Higgins out loud during her own verbal report. She inadvertently triggered the curse on herself. Her time remaining is totally unknown, but the window is closing fast.
Section 5. The next live stream, Nowhere to Hide. Right as this horrifying realization sets in, the silence of Cole's office is shattered. Her phone violently buzzes. It's a brand new notification. A new live stream is going live from Marcus Reyes' apartment. Right now. We have to connect this back to the evidence we reviewed earlier, right? No one has a key to that locked apartment. Cole certainly didn't start the stream, and Reyes has been missing for days. Yet something inside that empty, sealed room is broadcasting live to the world.
Which leaves us with one final, terrifying question. Whose apartment is actually live? Is it Reyes, somehow returned, or is the entity preparing to claim its next victim on camera? As Officer Cole's hand shakes over the play button, the source material ends on this massive cliffhanger. This explainer shows just how perfectly these files construct a digital locked room mystery, utilizing rigid rules, tight timelines, and relentless tension. So what do you think she saw when she pressed play? Thanks for joining me today as we unpack this, and remember, keep your cameras covered.